Good morning, everybody. How y'all doing out there in Facebook and YouTube land? We will be right with you in just a second while everybody is grabbing their cup of coffee. Get ready on your ride to work, or if you're at work, get your little extra bump. Mm, mm, mm. Happy Halloween to all you ghosts and goblins and vampires. Mickey, I like your Halloween costume you got on today.
No, I'll be okay. Cool.
We throwing shots already, Mickey. That's how we do. We throw shots. We throw shots and throw them and throw them and throw them. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, everybody that's popping on. Listen, I'm glad you are popping on. Make sure you like, follow, and subscribe to A10 News Media Group on Facebook and YouTube. We appreciate your support. Shout out to A10 News Media Group and the greatest producer in the world, and my awesome co host, Mickey Jordan.
Good
What's
morning, family. Good morning. It's El Presidente talking.
El Presidente? That's he wants to be the El Presidente today. That's fine.
Let me go and get the people on here that tapped in with us this
Yeah, get the
morning.
people on here.
Good
Get them on
morning,
here.
Shane Greer. Good morning, Meat Freak Barbecue. Okay, good
We
morning.
got some meat free. Mickey, can you adjust the television screen a little bit over this way so I can see, so I can just glance up and I can keep my eye on the
What's up,
camera.
Chris Caleb? Good morning, Sis Muhammad. Good morning, Kathleen King.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning,
Good morning, Ghetto
everybody.
Black from Dallas, Texas. And yes, happy Halloween. It's going to be some. Oh, good morning,
Good
Daryl
morning,
Schumo.
everybody. Daryl Schumo. That's our Fidel. He called
And
Daryl.
good
We're gonna
morning,
wait for
with
you to call
Sanaya.
in.
We're going to just leave it. Good morning, Sanaya, if I'm saying it wrong.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning.
I'm trying to get my share game together right.
Yes, we're trying to share. We want to get the good message out to everybody. We want to talk this morning, and we hope everybody is tuning in to listen to us because we have things that are very important that we want to say. No, it's actually just a morning show that we're going to be here with you every day, every
Yeah, give
day.
them something different than that
Yeah,
once a week.
we're trendsetters. That's what we do here at A10 News Media Group.
Good morning, Jamar. Good morning, Raymond. Good morning, LaDanya. LaDanya, good morning. Good morning, Mr. AC Dumas. I see you on there with us this
Good
morning.
morning, Uncle AC.
Good
You
morning,
still
Becky
mad at
Brown.
me? Good morning, Hey, good morning, Commissioner Lloyd. And you know what? I'm glad you're watching. Commissioner Del Rico Lloyd, everybody that's sitting at home, let's give him a clap. You know why? Because on my way here, I was on my way here to work because it's actually
It's a job
work. It's
now.
a job.
It's a
It's a
job
job.
now. It's a
So on
job.
my way to work, when I get my paycheck.
Like I said, we working out the details.
You said it's a job, so I hear job, I hear
We
paycheck.
working out the details of everything. We got to get them contracts signed.
We got you said contract
Yeah, we
signed. I
got to
need a
get
good
them signed.
attorney.
Ain't a
Got to
dollar
get.
going through. Now, I got the attorney. I'm a paralegal, right?
So you're gonna write my contract.
Better
You're gonna
believe it.
send me to your attorney.
Yeah.
What that you want me to sign?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
you got a lawyer for other things. This is the entertainment side. I got this.
Okay. Okay.
And my business hours are
Mm.
from 9 to 5. Let's get through this
Okay.
show.
Okay.
Now go ahead.
Okay. All right. Back to what I was saying. Everybody give Commissioner Del Rico Lloyd Flint, born and raised our own. When I was riding to work this morning, like I was saying, I heard that the UAW has reached a tentative agreement with the big three. And Commissioner Lloyd was right there at the table next to the UAW president looking out for Flint. I want everybody to remember when they remember this here strike right here. Remember that Commissioner Delrico Lloyd was looking out for you and me and you and me and you because I don't I don't remember seeing truck and bus out there on the picket line. Because they did selective shops that they closed down, didn't they, Mickey? And he kept Flint going, and he does have Flint's best interest in heart. I don't care if he lives on the moon. Hey, we thank you, and shouts out to you. So back to what I was saying, Mickey. What's going on this
I
morning?
sure hope they give us a donation.
Commissioner Lloyd, we are not going to be blackmailing you asking for a donation every month on the first. Deposited it in small bills.
For sure.
Untraceable bills. No, but what's up, Flint Town? It's Halloween. We ready to get the morning started. Get a little morning bump. Mickey, what's on your mind this morning? Let's just bump right into
What's
it.
on my mind?
Huh?
Oh, good morning, Art. I seen you on it. Said, all right, breaking news on my
Hey.
page. Go read what someone just wrote about your mayor, Sheldon Santos.
Oh, Mr. Woodson said we
I
got
guess he
breaking
started out.
news.
Oh, you left out the retirees. AC said you left out the retirees. They was on the front line too now.
Well, you know what? I am a retiree. So I don't want to leave out the retirees. And thank you for responding back, Uncle AC. We don't want to forget about the retirees because I'm in the retiree club and I'm ready to go to the donut shop with you in the mornings.
Good morning to everybody that's just getting in.
Everybody,
Taya,
everybody,
and
everybody.
make sure I don't want to miss
Hey,
them.
everybody.
I don't want to miss
So let me
nobody.
see what Mr. Arthur was in. Shout out to my brother Art.
Tia, good morning, everybody. Thanks for y'all tapping in.
Me and Art
and subscribe to that YouTube channel. You
started a
found the
singing
chat?
group.
Oh,
this
y'all did?
weekend.
What is it?
The Flint Southerners. We start singing a song this weekend. We've been in the storm too long.
Been in? Yeah,
Lord,
yeah. Y'all been in the storm.
All right. So he said he got breaking news. Let me see what's going on, Art, on our page. Okay, so what am I reading? You see something on Art's page?
I'm still sharing. I'm trying to get us nationwide.
I thought I just seen it. Art, what am I reading? It keeps going away. And I can't find it anymore. Okay, here it is. So let me read it. Anyone, and this is on Arthur Woodson's Facebook page before we get started with today's topic. Anyone who followed me on social media, this is written by Maurice Wyndham. Anyone who followed me on social media over the last 10 plus years knows that I can touch half of Hollywood. I came to Mayor Sheldon Neely to bring a national show and ask for his support. He said, sure, if I helped him get reelected. He gave me his political clips and pictures, and through my digital marketing company, I did email blasts to upwards of 40,000 Genesee County residents on his behalf. He won by less than 2,000 votes. Afterward, as our verbal agreement went, he was supposed to help me raise funds. Yeah, those promises. He, oh God, I got choked up. It said he didn't. And I had to utilize my own efforts through personal friends to put me on my auditions for Mo Heat magazine, Mic Drop, as well as bring my friend to Flint, actor Omar Gooding. Look at the pictures at Arthur Woodson's page, and you'll see I even exposed the works of a Flint clothing designer and many entrepreneurs to my celebrity friend. Many of you may remember I was even featured on ABC. To Neely, I proposed a $100 million campaign to Neely that would have brought thousands of new jobs to the city of Flint. He ignored it, but then flew out to my neighborhood, Los Angeles County, to meet the newly elected LA mayor with Flint taxpayers' money, all while the Flint city streets are a maze of potholes. Flint abandoned homes need to be demolished. Crime is up and the economy is way down. I offered to work with him to bring thousands of jobs and over 100 million, and all he could do was take me to lunch to tell me no. I can't do that. It's a conflict of interest. Here's a glimpse of the proposal I gave him, and he rejected, knowing I could deliver. Shame on Mayor Neely. And he has some pictures there. Wow.
Oh, he got
Wow.
sneelied.
He got sneelied.
Yep, that's what it'll do.
Yeah, I mean, it's not surprising to me. That's what happens.
He got sneelied.
He got sneelied. So yeah. So while we're talking about that, political corruption, yesterday Mickey and I stepped in a little boo-boo. Mickey, did you want to tell them about our interesting lunch date that we had yesterday?
Never.
He said never. Well, I will tell them. So yesterday we were invited by Mike Kilbreath. He has a show that's going to come on sometime Sunday on YouTube. I don't know what time, but when it pops up, I'm going to put it in Flint Politics Reboot and on A10 page.
You see what you see what Deacon put up on there?
Uncle AC said verbal agreements don't mean nothing. Mickey, get it in writing. Avoid verbal orders, contracts, and agreements. My word is good, Uncle AC.
Nope.
We together.
Nope.
But listen, back to what I was saying. We had lunch yesterday. We were invited by Mike Kilbreath as media for the 4 o'clock press conference, but he also extended an invite to A10 News Media Group to come and sit down and have lunch. Thank you, Arthur Woodson, because I know somehow you had something to do with us getting there. And we were sitting at a table. I thought it was very interesting with a bunch of people from different political parties, the Tea Party, Republican Party, uh, Democrats, and they were all of Caucasian persuasion, but they were all talking. You know what I'm saying, Mickey? We've seen that. They were talking, getting along collectively, talking about fighting crime and corruption. And I said to myself, how come we can't do this? Not only as Blacks, but as a community. You know, they were from Clayton Township, Montrose, Detroit, Fenton, everywhere, Flint Township, but they came together for one common goal to fight political corruption. So as we were sitting there, I met some great guys. Last name Schumacher was one of them. Another one was Hoffman. I mean, great people, great knowledge, history. I'm telling you, couldn't have been in a better place at a better time. And then the press conference came. Whew. Yeah. So that's when we met a guy by the name of Carmack. His name was
Shoemaker is the guy you was talking about. You were sitting at the table.
Yeah, we're sitting at the table.
Shoemaker. That's why I just put it in there.
Okay. Yeah, these are all arts friends. What Pfeiffer say? Were you scary sitting with all the white people? No, Don, you got me really prepared last week, so I went right in because they said you were leading the charge with this, Don. So I was surprised that
And Bob Carmack.
Bob Carmack, yeah. So Bob Carmack was sitting on one side. John Carpenter was sitting on the other side. And if you guys remember, I interviewed John Carpenter on A10 News Media Group the middle part of August. He was talking about the golf courses. So let's get back to Bob Carmack. He's a rich guy. That's I really don't know that much about him, other than he has like pages and pages of Google stuff, and he had on 2 ankle monitors. But he got into it with Duggan, the mayor of Detroit. They don't like each other.
Hold up 1 second.
Yeah.
This is why I get off the plane. You can go ahead.
Well, speaking of planes, they got into it so bad until he hired a private investigator to follow the mayor of Detroit around. Then he rented like the biggest TV screens that you could ever find, put them on a truck, played it outside of City Hall. He got caught with not one, but I think 7 mistresses. I think it was Duggan. This was Duggan, right? That got caught with the it was the mayor of Detroit. I'm sure it was Duggan. Art, was it Duggan? Anyway, he got caught with a bunch of mistresses. It didn't stop there. So, because the city came and tore down allegedly his collision shop, and while he was out of town, and then the mayor was sitting at the box office at the Co-America baseball game, and Bob Carmack rented airplanes with the little flyers behind it talking about his. I mean, this is how millionaires fight, and put messages behind it on the plane. That's a guy. I didn't shake his hand. I don't that seems like it's a little above my pay grade. So that's really all I know about Bob Carmack. Art has to tell us about him a little later. But on the other side, it was John Carpenter. But the mistress was getting funds from the city at the time. Man, Art, I'm telling you, I can't wait till you come on because I got so many questions for you. Yes, Uncle AC, John Carpenter was the Don Williamson's main man. So we learned that when I interviewed him back in, what was that, August, right, Mickey?
Yep.
And so yesterday,
Like September, August would be a day I always remember.
Mickey's going to give us that morning bump, right? And so yesterday, they opened the bids for the golf course. So you remember those golf courses here in Flint that got sold under the emergency manager for only 15,000? Well, they put it out for bid again, and I think the highest bid was 25,000, if I'm not mistaken. Don't quote me, but Mr. Carpenter went in and bid over $1 million for the golf courses here in Flint. Mickey, do you think he's going to get the bid? Do you think he's going to win?
If he got the highest bid, he should get it.
If he got the highest bid, he should.
No, you said you put it out. It got put out the bid, right?
Yeah,
but if you come in with the highest
Flint.
bid,
They had a whole meeting yesterday about crime and political corruption. So
we got to get Mr. Dumas on, because listen, he in the crowd. I ain't saying the crowd. He in the chat right now. He said the truth should make you free. He covered it. I did share it on my page.
You got me blocked. I can't see it, so I can't share your good news. You gotta unblock me, Unc. Let's move forward. The Christian way. So Don, that's my guy, Don Pfeiffer. Don said he's not going to get it. So Don,
you would let $1 million and one and some change walk away to 25,000?
Yeah. I don't think he's going to get it either. I absolutely agree with Don Pfeiffer. He's not going to get that golf course. They saying he's not because he didn't send in copies. Copies of what? Golf clubs? So Philip, he said, what did Philip say? They had bid trash contracts and the lowest bid didn't get it. That's what I'm saying. This is Flint. That's why the name of today's show is Big Trouble in Little Flint. So, Trevor, if the bid is refused, can the city be sued? I asked Mr. Carpenter, how far was he willing to go? Well, I have his number, and we're going to be talking about it, and we're going to get him on here and see. So, Mick.
There go another one for you. What Don said, and this is from the Mick reading it, like the Don is the Mick, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It says, didn't submit an electronic version. Oh, they were getting real classy with how they can deny you.
So he didn't submit an electronic version. So that's why we're going to turn down $1 million only in the city of Flint. I mean, I'm used to it. I'm used to it. That's why I don't think he's going to get the bid either. I agree with all of you. So yeah. Mr. Shumo.
Yeah, I might cover the whole base up on here if I put it up.
Let me explain something. You know what, Mr. Shumo? You explain it yourself. Everybody, let's open up the phone lines at 810-207-5058. And while I'm talking, Mr. Shumo said, let me explain something. We as a race do not support or go to bat or stand strong with each other. Example, look at the white men. They will support their own through hell of hot water. They know they are wrong. They will give that support. The same way with the Arabic, Hispanic, Indian. but we won't go and support our own. We will complain about that shit too high, but we will take our ass and give every other business our damn money and not support our own. Again, phone lines are open. 810 207
Oh, hold on, I gotta put it up in here.
5058.
I
So
got
I'm
it,
waiting,
I got it, I got
waiting
it,
to
I
hear from
got
you
it, I
guys.
got it, I
We're
got
talking
it.
about political corruption. Here in the little bitty Flint, who would think it would be that much corruption? And they also they threw out a lot of jabs, and they said that they have some specially released recordings, and we're not talking about this golf recording that they had about the attending saying that allegedly they had the mayor in the back pocket. County Treasurer Deb Cherry called me on yesterday morning. Uncle AC, we got to get you on here. Matter of fact, hit the phone lines. 810 207
Oh, look what Don said.
5058.
Corruption with the golf course is coming Sunday.
Oh, Don, I can't wait because he said he had some tapes that he was only going to play on his show Sunday. And it may lead to an arrest of someone. He didn't tell us who that public official was. He didn't say if it was a past official or a present public official. But we know it's
an official.
It's an official, and it's going to be official because I think it's going to be in their official voice, in their official capacity. So I'm kind of excited about that. What about you, Mick? Not excited? I want to hear it. Like I'm nosy.
I want to plead the fifth because I don't know.
I mean, we're already in it knee deep.
Nah, I'm not in nothing.
We're together.
I know you a lot of shit. I got off the plane. I see where this going. I'm just doing sports.
You just no. Today is not sports day. Today is right wing today. Today we have Trevor coming in. On the flip side, where are all the allies saying that they stand with this or that and spend their money with the black communities and invest in those same communities out of support? Yeah.
We've been waiting on them too.
We don't know where they are. We're trying to find them. So if you find them before we do, send them our way. Again, hit the phone lines.
Oh yeah, Don, I had to get off the plane because some of this stuff is too knee deep for me, you know. I've already been worked twice, 2 different stops. You know what I'm saying?
You know what? Mickey is strapped in.
Nah,
you of the plane.
You a lie. Mick got his parachute jumping off now. I don't know what you're talking about.
Whoa.
If you don't get that together.
I'm just waiting for people to ring. You know, waiting for Mr. Shumo to ring 810-207-5058. He's always the first one to break the ice, and then the phone won't stop ringing.
Yeah, because I'm telling them, don't call me.
No, we want to talk about, you know, we got people, we got 100 people watching from, hey, here we go. Here's our first caller.
And the plot thickens. The plot thickens.
The call will start at the beep. Welcome to the morning bump, caller. You are on the air. Tell us where you're from and your name.
Good morning. This is Mr. Shumo in the house. How you doing?
Good morning, Mr. Shumo.
Tell Mr. Shumo good morning.
How y'all doing today?
We are doing fabulous. Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween to you.
You got a little nervous there, didn't you?
What's on your mind?
Well, yeah, there's a lot of stuff on my mind, but my comment I made was because you were talking about you were invited to lunch and you were sitting at a table with all types of people.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's strange how we as a people complain a lot, but won't pull together. If we could only pull together, we can accomplish so much. But we have that crab effect, you know, and it's terrible because, especially in this city, we all need to pull together and bind together because I'm going to tell you right now, we don't have anybody in this city that's running this city that really give a damn about this city.
Got a point. Good point.
Very true. That's very true.
You know, But I mean, I appreciate you guys what you guys are doing because you said you're providing a platform for everybody to voice their concerns and their issues. You know, I think a lot of people need to call in and speak and say what's going on. You know, I mean, but to your question, no, I'm not surprised about the corruption in Flint. Hell, there's corruption everywhere.
Right, that's true.
You know, I mean, anytime especially anytime when the government sends millions and millions and millions of dollars to a city and then the city doesn't get help, hell, they don't take a rocket scientist to figure that out. Yeah, there's corruption.
Yes, it is. And Mr. Shumo, I know that you've been dibbling and dabbling in politics. Matter of fact, you were a union president twice. So it really runs deep, doesn't it?
Let me tell you something. When I was a union president, I don't want to say where I was, but let me tell you, you deal with all types of people and all types of things. But one of the main things that you see and you get to see when you are in that position, you get to see all the ends of all the corruption, all the ends of how the division is, how different people, because of where your zip code is, what color you are, or how that plays a role in everything, every day-to-day thing that we do. So yes, I mean, I'm not a politician. Hell, when I was a union president, I didn't become a union president for politics. Hell, I became a union president because I know the people needed somebody to help them.
Absolutely. Well, thank you, Mr. Shumo. And you know what? You got to call in every morning because you always break the ice, and now the phone is not going to stop ringing, and we appreciate you. Keep listening, and thank you for calling.
I will every day.
All right, thank you, sir. Bye-bye.
Have a good day.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bless his heart.
So yeah, like he said, it runs deep. And yesterday it was Hoffman was here, Shoemaker was on this side, and he told me that back in he got involved in politics back in 1976, I think he said, Mickey. Yeah. And he remembered when Flint was a hustling and bustling town. We had 83,000 GM workers.
83 with a thou wow.
83 thou wow GM workers. Now we don't even have 83,000 residents, do we? Nope. So it's like, look at then and look at now. And then the guy on the right, he was telling me about, the structure and really who controls the power of the state of Michigan. Now, I'm not going to mention any names because 810 doesn't have the type of money to rent planes and hire private investigators for $30,000. But I can tell you this. Those two guys right there yesterday were a wealth of knowledge. What they both agreed on was that politicians, like Mr. Shumo said, he got involved because he wanted to help the people. They did too once upon a time. They said, politicians used to want to help people, Mickey.
A long time ago.
Long time ago. But now everybody's in it for the money. Greed. Money, power, respect. It should be earned, not bought. I was talking to my good guy, Arthur Woodson, last night. And I was telling him, I listened to a lot of motivational quotes and I listened to a lot of people speaking. Again, one of my favorite artists, Tupac. He said, why are we fighting the fight? I can't live my life because I'm fighting the fight of the last generation. They didn't do their job. And it seems like every time the baton is passed on, like the generation before us, I feel like they failed us. Because I wouldn't be sitting here right now talking about the same things that they talked about 40 years ago. Yeah, we have freedom. We get to sit in the front of the bus. We get to go to the same fancy restaurants. We have the same opportunities as others, we think.
But what did you give up to gain? If you call that a gain, if you call a gain to sit on the front of the bus, or a gain to be able to go to their stores or eat in their restaurant, but look what you lost.
Yeah. What did we lose?
So was the gain better than what you gave up?
You know what, Mickey? I don't know. You know, I didn't live through those times. We weren't there back during those times, but it seems now to me that we're moving backwards and not forwards. We don't stick together as a community.
Why not? Why don't we stick together as a community? Is the question.
In my opinion, I'm glad you asked. I think that everybody wants to be the chief and nobody wants to be the Indian. When I was working and I was over my department at Hurley, I was director.
They let you be over somebody?
Oh man, many
my
years.
God, this is terrible.
I was a director, 25 years, retired from the city of Flint.
Mm-hmm.
The younger people now that are coming in the doors to work, they wanted to come in and come right to my office, not to have a conversation. I mean, actually scoot over, let me sit behind your desk. They don't have a good work ethic. They don't believe in working their way to the top, earning it. They just want a quick fix, quick money, and be in control.
I just put up brother Deacon Dumas is up there. He said that's not right. The new generation doesn't want to make the sacrifice like us old generation. And AC, I gotta disagree with that, because if you saying y'all fought for jobs and housing, what are you fighting for now? Jobs and housing.
And Mickey, you just proved my point.
No, I'm just saying, because believe me, I say this. Thrill Kill, like how he said it, they went from we was getting our meat from our own butchers till we started going to out. You know what I'm saying? We can get it from this farm. We're not gonna get it from this farm. You know what I'm saying? So we kind of destroyed our own, being more, what you say, inclusive. They wanted to be, me going to your movie theater ain't gonna make me feel whole.
Right, that's true. That's true.
Or me going to your grocery store is not gonna make me feel whole. Me moving in your area, you know what I'm saying, shouldn't be. And what I mean by me moving where whites at, that don't mean that's gonna make me feel better. But our neighborhoods are so messed up that we think you do then have to move. Who want to be living in an area where a car come down shooting up? You have some of the things that you're seeing that's going on. So I understand the pros and the cons on both sides, but I think we kind of went off the track. We thought we have arrived.
That's very true.
Yeah, I think that's when they thought we have arrived, when you look at a lot of the black, like what AC saying, like how they was out in the streets fighting, like how they was rallying, they marching, doing this.
Mm-hmm. We're not gonna do that. The younger generation. I mean, the last time I seen a march around here in Flint, when they had all the cameras and stuff on Miller Road with Swanson and Black Lives Matter, and he's saying that that's not true. The younger people don't want to make the sacrifices. I agree with that in parts, but the other part to it is that they're watching what they've seen you guys do.
And I like
sell out.
And I like this conversation with Brother Harold Timberlake.
Brother Harold Timberlake, put some respect on his name.
Pastor.
Minister,
my bad.
Minister Harold Timberlake. My bad. There needs to be a town hall conversation between generations. Agree. So we can straighten it out. If it doesn't happen now, we can project the destruction as a whole in less than 5 years. Absolutely agree. But what can the older generation teach us? I mean, let's talk about it today. Uncle Dumas, Like MLK said, it's passed to the next generation. St. John area was dismantled not by blacks but whites. But we can't I don't feel like I can blame everything that's gone wrong in the black community on white people. I'm not going to sit up here and do that. I know I'm black. I stand for black. I believe in the culture. That's never going to change. But I can't blame all of the problems in the black community on the white people. I can't do that. Yes, they destroyed some stuff back then. Yes, they took away our neighborhoods and stuff. But where was the power to stand up and say, you know what? We going to fight against them? As former Councilman Maurice Davis told us, they bought us out last time when they talking about the St. John area and putting the expressways through the south side and all of that. And this time they're going to tax us out. And that's exactly what's happening. And the younger people have seen the older people sell out, take bribes, move to the top quickly by doing this and that, corruption. Today themselves, we have seen some of our younger people down here that's in the fight. Like, it's not too many Mickey and Winterses left. It's not too many Arts left. It's not too many Minister Timberlakes left. So what do we do? I mean, I don't know. 810 207 5058. Call in. Let's talk about it. I want to know what you guys think.
And I'm loving the things I'm seeing in the chat. The
Becky
conversation.
Brown, good morning. Studying history teaches us, but we refuse to learn.
Mhm.
Facts. That's very true. That's very true. Philip, I love Philip is all about trying to find a solution. I love you, Philip. Thank you. Tax out is another form of price out. That's exactly what gentrification is. You are so right. And like Maurice said, when he held up that picture of that beautiful school and homes and Brownells, he said, just think about it. When they build up stuff, guess what? It's going to make your property and everything around you look better, but your property taxes are going to rise. Pay attention, stay woke, people. This is not all fun and games. I add fun and shade to it so you can pay attention, but I'm also trying my best, Mickey and I, to help you open your eyes and stay woke. Renee Jackson, Mickey, you got that right, and it's gone. What did she say?
No, I'll put it back up there for you because this is for you, I think.
Mickey, you got that right because I live where the white peoples live. But one thing for sure, I know where I came from, which is the hood. I'm not ashamed to let them know where I'm from. That's right. So many people, and I said that, Miss Jackson, thank you so
Because I
much.
think you stand Grand Blanc.
I stand Grand Blanc. But guess what? I was talking to someone last night and I said, it's so easy for me to just go home and live comfortably and peacefully. But how can I celebrate and say I arrived when so many of my people are still suffering?
I'm finna scare the people.
Scare them.
They finna push him out to Grand Blanc.
Yeah,
So
I
I know
know.
why you fighting hard.
But they gonna push. But they gonna push them out, and then they moving back into Flint. I mean, whoever thought that a house near Hurley Medical Center it would cost in upwards of $250,000? That's not affordable housing for me. Hell, my house in Grand Blanc didn't cost that much. So, really, what's really going on? Carriage Town is now the north side.
Is Grand Blanc gonna be the new Flint?
Oh my. Am I going to have to run back to Flint?
Oh, they ain't letting you back in there.
You don't think so?
No, Neely already set it up. You can't come back.
Jesus Christ. All right. Well, let's keep going. Hey, what is this? Give a shout out to the traditional family. One man, one woman in marriage. Shout out to the traditional family that has almost become extinct.
Oh, almost. It's there.
You know, they're pushing stuff and programs that aren't built for the family. They're pushing programs for single moms. That's not putting the family unit back together. And I believe that's another form of gentrification. I listen to Maurice Davis a lot. I don't know the name of the book. If somebody knows the name of the book that they read from, where Miss Beverly Mike's side is up there, T-1,
Oh yeah,
T-2.
she brought
I
it
mean,
down.
that's a good book that I really want to get and read because it's telling us. She said it one day, T-1, destroy the family unit. Take the black man out from outside the family. Make the woman feel like she's the man. She's stronger. I mean, that's what is happening right before our eyes. You ride down Pearson Road, you can look right into Devil's Lake, as we call it. People are fishing. It's a boat dock there. It's a little ramp thingy. What's going on? Right in front of our own eyes. What do you guys think? Come on, your great comments. 810-207-5058. Don't leave me hanging. Call in. All over the world. Doesn't matter where you stay, because I know if it's happening here, it's happening in all urban cities.
Yeah, I think Flint was just the poster child on how you can get away with a crime.
Oh, you think so?
I mean, because
we've
they ain't
seen it
fixing.
happen.
Yeah, because you see at the press conference, you were seeing really what's going on. That's why I'm like, I don't want, like, as my good brother Reverend Thrillkill said, I don't want to step in no boo boo. So I'm gonna kind of walk myself right back around that.
Yeah. But you also heard Mr. Hoffman say that he calls Flint Little Chicago. That's kind of scary. When you think about a city the size of Chicago and you know it's political and corruption is miles and miles and miles long in Chicago, to be called Little Chicago, how does that make you feel? We've seen Camden, New Jersey, they did this. They did this in gentrification in Chicago,
New York
New York,
and Harlem.
Harlem. I mean, we can't afford to live in Harlem anymore.
Shit, it was high anyway.
Was it?
Yeah, New York.
Here we go.
New
This is
York
what I'm
rough.
talking about.
Or two to decline. Press 1 to start the call or 2 to decline.
Oh, she
Press
pushed
1
that
to start the
shit.
call or 2 to decline.
Uh-oh.
The call will start at the beep.
Beep.
Good morning. You just got bumped in, caller. What's your name and what state are you calling from?
Be more.
Hey, how you doing? My name is Children. I'm 19 years old. I'm calling from Louisiana.
Oh,
Good
I
morning.
just want to say, good morning. I just want to say the same thing that y'all have going on in Flint, we have going on in Louisiana. It's just not as big as y'all. You know, y'all population is like triple our, population, but we are a majority black city.
Okay.
But our city, we are speaking about the black people in the world. We are alone because we as a 19-year-old. I'm sorry to say it. I mean, I love black. I love myself, but sometimes we can be a little stupid. What I mean by that is we let things fly by. We're very odd. You know, what I realized growing up now is that with the white people, you have to hide what you don't want them to see. What I mean by that is, if you know that it's going to be something they disapprove, you have to almost take yourself out the equation to disguise it basically. But with us in my city, I mean it's obvious. So I live 15 minutes away from my high school, which is very far. If you ask me, to be going to school.
Right.
So what they're doing now is they're building all the subdivisions and things away from the back part of the city and putting everything on the right side of the city. So now what we start to see is less and less police and more murders.
Right.
So it's almost like they're killing off the black population on purpose. Recently, we just had a guy that actually stayed on the right side of the city. He shot in his bed, unarmed and everything, but
What?
nobody said nothing, even though it was televised and everything, because once again, they don't have to hide anything from us. They let us know. We didn't make a big deal out of it or anything. So, where I'm from, we just let a lot of things slide. And I think that, we don't have a Eric Mays or Gary Winfrey Carter or anybody like that. So it's definitely, everything just basically flies under the rug. And I think as a black, as black people as a whole in this whole entire country, we have to start to stand up. And we keep saying that over and over again. We can be from 18 to freaking 60, we say that, but nobody actually stands up. So all we do is sit back and complain, but we actually do nothing.
Right.
That's why I actually follow Flint so much, because I do see y'all standing up, but still there's no change.
Right. We the fight is much bigger. But did you say you were 19?
I am.
So do you think that the previous generation dropped the baton?
Good question. I think it's the generation before us that dropped us. So that's what you're asking there, yes.
Yes. Okay. Well, you know what?
Because
go ahead.
Because when you hear a lot of older people say, I don't know what got into y'all, but look at the way that the older generation was raised compared to our generation. Where I'm from, I don't know anything about Michigan, but where I'm from, like, my mom, I think stuff that we're allowed to do, my grandma didn't play that.
Right.
And my mom allowed my mom allowed my mom to have a little leeway. So my mom, proceeded to raise us and say, I'm not going to raise my kids that way. So I don't know. I feel like as black people, they took our core values away from us, and it's the best thing they can do to hurt us, basically. Because if you look at church, for instance, I don't know how church is for y'all, but as you may go to church and find maybe 10, 15 people. When I was coming up, we had about 100 to 200 people in church, but as the younger generation is taking over, less and less and less people are going to church and doing what we supposed to do as a whole. What made us a family, basically, the church and the cookouts and all that, we do that less and less now, because where I'm from, they have pumped so many guns into the young community that we're just killing each other over.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, calling from Louisiana. We appreciate you, and make sure you bump with us every morning, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you.
Someone else was calling. I don't have that two-way put you on hold. We're not as fancy yet as the regular stations, but call back again. I'd love to hear what you guys are thinking. And you know what? I absolutely agree with that young man. Mickey, what's your thoughts?
I mean, with me, my thoughts with him. I do believe the ball was dropped, and I keep going back. The ball was dropped when they did desegregation.
Mm-hmm.
When you was able to go to their schools, I think the ball got dropped. We got put to sleep. We got lured to sleep. What you think? Because think about it. Because I'm looking at the comments where AC Doom was talking about.
Oh, what did he say?
He's saying, no, go ahead. Because, the call is important.
Call or two to decline. Press 1 to start the call or 2 to the call will start at the beep.
Hey, caller, you've been bumped in. What's your name and what state are you calling from? You're on the air.
Hi, this is Tia Austin, and I'm currently on the highway.
Hey
Tia, good morning.
Good morning.
Hi, good morning. How's everybody?
We're doing good this morning.
On this side of the track, we are right.
Good. I wanted to say first, good job to all of you guys. Just a few comments. I agree more with you when it comes to us and our elders. I feel like there was a disconnect, with what we were standing for, and not just fighting for jobs, but we wanted equality. We wanted the ability for somebody to look at a white child just as well as to look at a black child and see a child, not see one as inhumane and the other as a saint,
That's right.
And the bad part about it is that with the system that we have, I feel like with capitalism, it drives everybody to want more power and more money. And if you think about it, money is really, that's just paper.
That's true.
But if you or I had a gold brick, or if we had a diamond, can you imagine the power that we could have? Or if we owned land, can you imagine the power that we could have going into a bank with a 500 credit score? I could say, well, I got a diamond.
You don't have no power with no 500 credit score.
Blah, 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 blah.
Right.
I mean, right. I mean, because why? There's the collateral right there.
That's true.
And I think that what we're going to have to do, though, as a people, first and foremost, I would say we got to heal that trauma. You know, we are quick to blast each other, call each other out, and tear one another down in public.
Sure will.
And when I think we are the only race that does that.
Yeah. I seen that yesterday. Right.
And I feel like, you know, with the situation with Tanya Burns, God is my witness. I was hurt beyond words. I swear to God, I cried. Because when Art said, I felt like I've been left on a battlefield. That's what I felt, you know, because I'm like, I've been tuning in, I've been reading, watching, researching, you know, whatever I could do. Yes. Because I wanted to help. I don't want to come in and do anything except for help, you know, or whatnot. Because as I stated before, you know, with my family that's in Flint, you know, my family left the South and they came to Flint. And, you know, they got those jobs up there at GM. And it helped to get us out of those houses without running water and, you know, no toilet. You know, it helped to improve our quality of life. And then, you know, members of my family started to get educated. So they started handing money back. And that money that got handed back funded me when I was in college. Right. So I can't help but love Flint because, like, Flint was like a utopia to me. I never seen a mall before in my life. That's how country woods I am. Wow. I mean, coming to Michigan for us, baby, when I tell you me and my brothers back in the 80s, we was slobbing at the mouth. Y'all had McDonald's and Hardee's in the same town. We was like, shit. I mean, you know what I'm saying? But the thing that I'm looking at is, you know, think about, you know, Flint, like back when, you know, things were, when you know, everybody was strong, you know, my uncles them that worked at GM, they became engineers. Right. You know, and it was just like, these niggas came from the farm, y'all. Look at him. Right. Look at him, right. You know? Right. And to see black people with big houses, like what we see down south, that we like, man, damn, we'll never get that. Them white folks are, you know, blah, 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 blah. And
but Ty, do you think do you think, I'm sorry to cut you off, but when you mentioned something that I don't want to forget. We get those big houses, we get those good jobs. Do you think that we forget on purpose where we came from because we think we have arrived?
No. I think it's a part, it's a unspoken part of the Willie Lynch syndrome. You see, some of us, once we get Esquire behind our name, or we get a doctoral degree, we feel as though, well, my degree makes me stand out. You know, I'm no longer, you know, black. I'm an honorary white person. Right. That's how some of us feel, especially those black people who have, I would say, attended, you know, white universities. They do tend to start thinking like white men, and they forget. Right. I mean, they forget because, you know, they don't have to go through the racial disparities, I would say, more or working class Black or lower class Black people have to, go through. There's a difference there, and I'm not saying all, but there are a select few, who have forgotten. They've completely forgotten where they come from, because I'm like, if I had the power of a vote in my hand,
Right.
and I mean, and I'm sitting here and I'm looking at my people in disparity, I would risk it all, put it all on the line.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, for my people, if I stood on the shoulders of other people and I got this degree, I would take it, I would take that vote like it's my life.
Right. Absolutely.
And that's what hurts me so bad about watching city council. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It's like I look at my peers, because, some of us millennials are on council.
That's true.
And it's like, for example, when I look at Eva Worthing, how she coaches Liddell to feel that she's above Tanya and Jerry,
Mm-hmm.
and especially Eric Mays.
Yes.
And it kind of like, it sets off all types of alarms, and it's like I'm watching the unspoken part of the Willie P. Lynch slave letter.
Mm-hmm.
And I noticed that, another tactic that Eva Worthing used, or she tried to use on Dennis, that she uses to manipulate Judy, that she uses to manipulate Judy. What she will do is, she will start that stick with your own kind type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And Judy is an older white woman. And she and Eric Mays, they're from the same era.
Mm-hmm.
And during their era, that we did have some white allies, but it was, the Black, we gonna stick, we gonna stay Black. We gonna be Black.
Right.
And when it came to the, but anyway, that's another whole nother story. But, but I noticed that when Eva said that to Cypher, it just like, it struck something in me. And I'm like, this lady know what she's doing.
Right.
And this is the white liberal that I see. But the thing that hurts me the most about our community is to see our elder Black leaders turn on each other instead of going behind closed doors and saying, brother, this right here ain't gonna help us.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, for example, when I look at Maurice Davis and I look at Eric Mays, I don't like how Maurice got mad with Eric. And I can understand what he's saying about Eric's conduct. But Eric been fighting in that political arena a long damn time.
And I want you to know, too, also the history.
Tired.
Eric and Maurice actually get along. They really
I know
do.
they get along, but politically, you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, politically. You know what I'm saying? You could tell when they didn't get along. You know what I'm saying? They didn't hide it. And what I'm saying is, we as Black, we need to learn how to correct each other in private. I mean, have that conversation face to face. Don't hold back. Don't lie. Hold them accountable. But when you in front of the world, you know what I'm saying? If you can't do nothing else, be quiet.
You're right.
And get it right behind closed doors, or get it right before you go out there.
You're right.
And
All right, you got 10 seconds.
Okay. 10 seconds. All right. But and I did want to wrap this up and say, I still love Tanya Burns. I love her. But She dropped the ball. The pressure was on.
All righty. Well, thank you for calling, and we're gonna be talking about council tomorrow before we get ready to go down there to the committee meeting. So thanks for bumping in with us this morning, and make sure that you bump in tomorrow too. We love you, Ty. Did we lose you? Thank you. I know she's still listening to us. Thank you, Ty, for
Yeah,
calling
thanks,
in.
Ty, for calling in. I couldn't. I didn't have no disagreement with what she said.
Me either. K Black on the screen. She asked that if we. You answered her.
Yeah, I
Okay.
answered up in there. Yeah, from Monday
Mickey
to
took care.
Friday, from 9 to 11. The bump.
Yes, the bump. This is the morning bump, our morning show. A few things I totally agree with her. We have dropped the ball on a lot of things.
No, Wednesday. What's today? Tuesday.
Today's Tuesday.
So it is a meeting tomorrow, ain't it?
Council meeting, committee meeting is tomorrow.
Oh, okay, yeah,
So,
it is
yeah.
one, James.
So it's at 5:00. So
We'll be
yeah,
there.
we'll be talking a little bit in the morning about council, how going to Flint City Council. But today we're talking about the older generation, how the ball was dropped, the corruption in the city, how it's just become so big. And like she said, not only here, I mean, look at our Becky Brown. We don't know our history.
Right.
Look at our HBCUs.
Right.
We won't even reinvest into our HBCUs.
But you got to go understand who started our HBCU.
Who started them, Mickey?
Yeah, I forgot. I was watching somebody. I want to say, was it Dick Gregory?
Oh, I bet Becky know this.
It was a Dick Gregory, and they were saying our HBCUs are creating a lot of our coon class.
A coon class?
Yes.
Oh.
They did say. Now I want to say it was one of them. I think it was because I'll be watching different things and stuff. Because it was something about like when you I forgot what just Sister Muhammad put it in. When you look at their schools.
Good morning, Sister Audrey.
When we go to their schools, it's to indoctrinate us into the American society.
Mm-hmm.
That's why when it comes back to when you see we got to move out there, and it's no shade through to the counterparts. Like I'll be understanding what Eric say when he says it's a cultural difference. It is.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't like to hear every time like, well, when you do get around certain cultures, they'll say, well, we didn't know you did this. How you didn't know we did this? We know different than y'all.
Right. That's true.
You know what I'm saying? Because they so used to seeing the movies we get. And I understand back with Bill Cosby, what they did. Because you got to understand when he did A Different World, you had a lot of black kids, getting back to college. And I understand
everybody wanted to go to Spelman.
Right. Different. Then when he did the Cosby Show, it was actually showing blacks that you had a mother working, a father working, kids, you can do this.
Yes.
And then, much as you can put into a 30-minute show.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But you would have and think that every black was living in the hood. Flint is a prime example. These were a lot of shop workers. Mm-hmm. This was a middle class robust city.
You're correct.
You know what I'm saying? Like we can go. It don't look that way now, but like 20 years ago. But you can see the dying down of them. You can see they want to bring it back. Mm-hmm. But we created this. Like I read a comment saying when you put blacks and put them in the seat, the city went down. No, because they still being told what to vote for, what not to vote for.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So it's not like, because all you gotta do is go follow the money and see who getting the money.
Follow the money. How many times did we hear that at the table yesterday?
Yeah, follow the money.
Follow the money.
See what we get these politicians to get it there, and I'm not gonna say, because listen, when you coming into this system called
Sister Audrey's comment.
Oh, let me put it up here. Put it up here. Now I know my sister gonna help bail me out.
Yes, white people started and funded our HBCUs. It benefited them because that was a way of getting grant monies, called something else then. Many of the schools are named after white people, not blacks. Wow. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. That's all I can say.
You're right.
Also, she was talking about and it reminded me of Reverend Threlkill when she said, like if we had a piece of gold, how powerful we would be. And if Reverend Threlkill said, if you got a nickel and I got a dime, let's get together and go buy some wine. Well, we also learned yesterday sitting at that table were things that I'm always open to hearing and learning and trying to pull out as much knowledge as I can from people. And they were talking about digital currency, new world order, when you think about, you see these ads on Facebook a lot about that Bitcoin. Oh, yeah, whatever. I'm not getting into that. I'm not putting my money into that. And it seems like when the blacks or just urban cities, period, we got blacks, we got poor whites. When we catch on to something, hell, it's almost too late. It's the train then left the station.
Like the train has left Flint and people just don't see it yet.
There you go. And they are saying like we are headed towards a new world order. And people don't want to talk about this digital currency that they want to put into effect, where they can track everything that you spend every single penny on. They want to eliminate the paper and the coins and turn it into digital currency. How scary is that? And to talk about we're almost there.
That was an interesting.
It was a
meeting
deep
yesterday.
conversation we had
Yeah,
yesterday.
Yeah, it was.
And also, it's not Republicans running Flint or Michigan. It's not the Democrats running Flint or Michigan. It's the people with the most money. Wow. 810 207 5058. Call us. Let us know what you think. New world order? Digital currency? Where are we headed? Whew. Lord. Minister Timberlake, I hope you call in. I'm ready to hear from you too. Michelle, she said they tried to get rid of coins during the pandemic. You know what, Michelle? I thought I had heard that before. I thought I had heard that. Another person that talks a lot about the Bitcoins and New World Order and digital currency is Derek Smart. That's one of our other people that tunes into A10 a lot. I learned a lot about that through him. So I'm just, wow. I'm just, wow. Jolena, banking on your phones. Ain't no stopping that now, right? The Drew Hill album. One train leaving Flint, then you have another train coming in. So true, Tracy.
Right.
So very true, Mickey.
Those who stay will pay, as the late Chris Del Moroni said.
Right.
And by the way of AC Dumas, Deacon Dumas, when we was at the, but Marie's been putting it on there. Derek Smart been telling people, but it's like that nobody want to listen because they was out at the clubs.
Right.
You know, a couple of them got to move out to Grand Blanc,
Shut up.
Flushing, Swartz Creek,
Right.
Davison. And it's like they forgetting what's really going on. A lot of people asleep.
Right. They
You know,
are.
you could be, like they say, you could be asleep at the wheel.
Right.
You see in the Bible, I can't remember what scripture was. He's like, man, to be looking as they was drunk, watch things going on, people partying.
And it's so crazy. And Mickey,
Yeah.
I've said this before. Our council meetings, one of the guys asked me yesterday at the table, he was like, you know, how many people do you have at council meetings in Flint? I'm like, maybe, and it's picked up because of all of the 15 minutes of fame we're getting right now. But usually on average, maybe 10, 15 people.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And I say this a lot. We have a lot, I mean a lot of young blacks that work downtown Flint, a lot of older blacks that work downtown Flint. And guess what they do? They get off work and they go home. You think they stop in at a council meeting? No. We have forgotten from where we have came from. So don't fault me because I moved to Grand Blanc or he moved to Flushing or he moved to Swartz Creek. We still coming back trying to help because let me tell you this, nobody cared where Beyonce stayed when she gave that $1 million. Nobody cared where Bruno Mars stayed when he gave that $1 million. So it's not about where you stay, it's about what you do. Mickey, what you laughing
Nah,
at?
AC told me stay in my lane. He said, that's not in the Bible. He said, stick to podcast.
He likes to get off and dibble dabble with the Bible verses a little bit. Leave
but nah,
Mickey alone.
well, you know, AC like to throw shade and I like to throw it back. But y'all still preaching the same thing and going against what God's saying.
Uh-oh.
So let's don't play that game. So some of them don't really know the Bible, but I let them have their way with it. because I see a lot of people eating pork and don't post to eat it, but that's in the book.
Well, I'm glad we got
But I
another
mean,
caller.
yeah, let's get the call because AC we'll go all day with that.
Hey, caller, you've been bumped in. Where you calling from, and what's your name? You're on the air.
I'm calling from Flint Town, Flint, Flint Town, and I'm glad there ain't nothing wrong with a little bump and grind.
Minister Timberlake, how are
tell her,
you?
brother, thanks for tapping in.
Listen, I'm better than ever. And if I wasn't like that, I don't think it would mean too much to anybody anyway. So I'm thankful. I'm grateful. I'm thankful for what you're doing.
Thank you. Thank you.
I'm thankful for you getting the word out. It's conversations like these that begin to get things moving. I want to say this, and I want to get right to it, and I'm gonna get off of here because I got to get back into what I'm supposed to be doing.
Okay.
But this is a thing. You know, I've been back here for almost a year now.
Right.
And I've taken the time to study people, listen, learn, because I've been away for a long time. I left, of course, when I graduated at Northwestern. Been out a few places in the States, different cities, states, and things like that. Come home, and I'm going to tell you what, like of course, everybody always has something negative to say, especially us here about the city of Flint.
Right.
I think we have great potential here.
We do.
The brilliant mind, the expertise, and the willingness, and the treasury of what we have inside of us just from being in this place. If we can get past our ego, if we could ever get past our own judgment of ourselves, I mean, many of us, we hate each other because we hate ourselves.
That's true.
We don't know ourselves. And when we were talking about the generational things between generations. Yep, I think that we do have generational issues, but the issues that I think that we have is the fact that we don't know how to hear each other. We don't know how to hear each other. We can't sit down long enough. Yeah. I'm 45 years old. I need to be able to sit down long enough to hear from someone that was 20 years before me. I just need to hear from them, hear what their thoughts are. And once they finish with whatever it is that they're seeing or whatever it is that they want to say, then they do the same thing to people like me.
Right.
Sit down for a minute and hear. And so the scripture says, "Look, come, let us reason together."
Right.
Let us work this thing out. Why can't we? What is that really that causes us not to be able to work it out? Is it the devil? I don't think so. I don't think it's the devil. No. I think it's a lot of trauma and drama and power that we want that we can't seem to find. So we go look for it elsewhere. And when we come into it our own way, because maybe someone they see the weakness in us, and maybe they say, hey, if you can do this, I'll do this for you. But I would say that because of the disconnection with our own self, we can't connect with each other. And that's why I presented. It would be great if we would have a town hall, literally a town hall, not to vote on something, but a town hall just to sit down and listen.
Absolutely.
And to each other and see if we can work this thing out. What do you think about that, Juanis?
I think that's a great idea. But we have to remember, the town hall that you and I are talking about is where we come together, talk about problems and possible solutions, not a gossip hour, not a bashing hour, not who can have the biggest kahunas and say the best catchphrases. We've had those meetings. It's time to work.
And nothing happened?
Right, and nothing's happened. It's time to get to work now.
Okay. But how can we work together? How can we work together if we don't even know where we are or someone else is?
Well, you know what? If we start off with 2 or 3 people of like minds, it can grow from there.
I'm with that.
Listen, she said,
there used to be something that said, sign me up for the Christian Jubilee.
Sign me up.
Sign me up.
And listen, Pastor, Sister Audrey Muhammad, she said, let's make it happen. So all we need is two. We don't have to have a fancy name on the title or fancy flyers or a fancy building. We can go somewhere and sit down in a parking lot. We can go meet in the basement of a church. We can go meet at the local fast food restaurant. It doesn't take that many, because you know what? When people see the train moving, they're gonna get on board.
Well, listen, I'm telling you, let it go on record that Harold Lee Timberlake III said, "Sign me up."
Sign
and when
me up.
y'all do it, I'm there, because I'm gonna tell you, and I'm going after this because I'm a little different. My mind is different. Since I came back home, I'm like, wow, there really is a mentality here, and I'm talking about even from the educated upper echelon, some of the people that I went to school with, and I'm like, I'm not like that. And so therefore, but there's a constituent, there's a people here that have pure hearts. Right. And those are the people that we will be able to see change, and we'll be able to see even God inside of them, because they want to do things that really help our culture. I'm one of them. Want to sign me up, keep me informed. I'm watching you, and I'm thanking God for what you're doing. Keep doing what you're doing, because you're doing a great job.
Thank you. And Mickey too. We gotta add Mickey in there too. Thank you.
Mickey. Oh no, not to forget. Hey, salute. Dear brother,
that's
Mickey.
The founder.
I have my hand over my heart, Mickey, which means I feel you.
Oh, thanks, good brother. Right, thanks.
All right, thank you. Have a good one, Pastor. Bye-bye.
Nah, he going like what I'm saying. I don't want to be in there with no people gonna sell me out.
Right.
That's why, listen, and I ain't said nothing because I ain't gonna speak on it, because I am gonna stay neutral. But when you hear a brother like Eric May say, don't leave me by myself.
Hey, don't leave me.
You know what I'm saying? When you hearing I say, don't leave me on the field. Because I done been left before. Don't get it twisted. Maybe not the type of fields.
They left on, right?
But I've been left on some fields like hot damn, when you be sitting by yourself and you be thinking. You know what I'm saying? I understand from the other standpoint too. When you be like, this political stuff, it's downright nasty. People have lost their lives.
Right.
So you got to understand. I remember when Effie's baby boy, Papa Jared, said before at council, don't get me wrong, and I believe everybody have the right to come to council what they want. But like he said today, he had to bring a gun there. You know what I'm saying? But in this time and era that we living in, you would be a fool not to have it. See, I don't go and look at white people got it. You go look at why they have it. I meant to say not why they haven't known them, but why they got it. We came into this thing the right to bear arms. You want to be an open carry state, but now you want to have rules on it.
Right.
You can't have it both ways.
Just open carry here, but not there.
Right. You can't have, it's the laws that's being set up. That's just like they made weed legal, but you're still getting tests for it.
Yeah, you are. And they tax the marijuana is unbelievable for the tax on the marijuana.
So why even, like with alcohol, you see at first it was prohibition and you couldn't, but when it come down to money, like Thrill Cash say, dollars and cents.
Dollars and cents.
So they seen $1 billion industry. That's just like with hip hop. They seen $1 billion industry. But how can we put more of the filth out there? You know what I'm saying? You see more of that even being, you don't really see them pushing conscious. They don't want you to be conscious with. They don't want basketball players. Because just think, a lot of them basketball players, you think everyone, not just basketball, and sports in general, you would think when they retire, they should have money. They shouldn't be broke. You would think, but so. Like you say, why did Jordan need an agent to go talk to the owner of the Bulls and say, I want to get paid $50 million for 1 year? See, that's a gimmick. Right. But see, that was a way for certain people to keep getting money, agents. But when you seen LeBron bought his friend in Maverick Carter, a black man with Clutch Sports, if I'm not mistaken, he doing things you got to have a degree. See, they always
change the rules.
They always want to move the stick because you got to think this is how they getting money.
Right.
And then I understand why the youth know it's going to be hard. And this is just my opinion. Reason the preachers that's passing why it's hard. Don't know youth want to keep hearing you saying Jesus finna do this and that. Jesus finna do this and that. He heard his grandmama go through that. He heard his auntie go through that. He heard his mother go through that.
You gotta put it, and that's
and you saying the same story. I'm just saying, you saying the same story. And one somebody gonna come and tell them, well, show me, because you tell them, oh, the devil in the ground, but you seeing who whooping your ass here. You gotta die. You gotta die to go get heaven. You know what I'm saying? Like some of the things that
I can't even come behind that. That's powerful, Mickey.
No, I'm just saying, but that's not, ain't nobody finna keep listening to that from the 60s and 70s. Then they don't even know. If you go read the Bible, listen, what school did these people go to? Because I want to know, was God teaching that school? Because you have to go somewhere. I thought God picked his own man.
Facts. Everybody agreeing with you.
No, I'm just saying, I just thought God picked his own
I'm
man.
loving this.
Like I'd be saying these warlocks, this and that.
Yeah.
You got Pastor Martin.
Ooh, yep.
But people are swear up and down here, man of God.
Mm-hmm.
You got people before him.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody got a pass. It's just how you look at your flock.
Right.
Like, how can he be a pastor and saying that he got to go with whoever in that mayor seat?
Right.
How you even going out here know the water bad, people still dying? How you even jump up with that Liddell madness? Like, you know, that's why I have my knock with these pastors around here. Then when you hearing about, like, going to that meeting, you hearing the corruption. Why ain't none of these pastors, even going back to the NAACP, got to highlight Black Lives Matter? Why y'all ain't on the front line fighting for the water?
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm saying.
Most of them organizations been
sold out, bought and paid for.
So what do you expect? You got to wait till we're going to be selective on what we fighting for. All of them should have been down there at the council.
Mm-hmm. All of those organizations, if you can, you shouldn't pick and choose a battle, because each battle is important to somebody or something, and it matters. Everything that we fighting for, that we talking about right now, the streets, City Hall should be filled. 10 years, we got over 100 people watching.
I ain't knocking the church. I'm just saying the blacks. The church got its place, but y'all didn't let some people come in. It's just like they say, one bad apple don't spoil a bunch. Hell if it don't.
Yeah, it do.
Hell if it don't.
Pastor Hill tells us all the time, pastors get a bad name because of one or two doing something crazy. And he also said the same thing that you said. Even though the message is still the same, right, we got to put a different bait on this hook to get people back in the church. We got 15,000 churches around Flint, and we only need about 2 to get them filled up.
Right,
but everybody want to be a pastor, Mickey.
Because remember, just think about, Jesus was battling against the government. They can't tell me these is followers of Jesus when I see y'all cozy with the government. You can't tell me when a politician coming in and your church going to accept them, and we all know. I mean, listen, I even be mad if I see council people when you're dancing with the governor, them coming in. Like, I'm not going to be with you. You ain't got the, you supposed to be mannerable. You supposed to be, cordial or whatever when they come, but we ain't finna be dancing, and I know the people hurting.
Christine, you hear your nephew this morning?
No, I'm just saying in general, I can't do it. We not finna be sitting up there with each other. Believe me, I don't want to, there's things I could be doing. That actually pays.
Right.
But
absolutely.
I'm just saying, we get up on here, we putting ourselves out there on the line.
Yes, we are.
You know what I'm saying? I looked at my man with the Mr. Bob Carmack. Did you see he had 2 ankle bracelets on?
2 ankle bracelets. 2, not 1, but 2. And then it's crazy because you can see the corruption there.
Yeah, look, like AC, don't get it twisted. You see my barb on here, Janard Legs. I think he one of the good ones.
Hey, Pastor Janard.
I think he one of the good ones. Because you don't see him in none of this foolishness. You see him out there working with the people.
You see Pastor Janard come up there. He going to tell you about the good of Jesus, but he also going to deliver it to you in a good way.
Yeah.
He going to tell you the real. Why are we killing each other?
Right.
He not coming in no 3-piece yellow and orange suit every Sunday. He coming in t-shirt, and I'm not saying that he ain't got the clothes, but he coming in a t-shirt, some jeans and shoes, so he can relate to the people that's out there. And that's what we need. We need people to relate to us. Like Mickey said, why are you telling us the devil is in hell?
To what I would invite
when we living in hell right here on earth.
But see, they convince you that no, you ain't in hell. See, hell is a state of mind, state of being.
Okay,
you know what I'm saying? How you gonna tell me it's something worse and you can't feed your kids? The people staying in the streets. You know what I'm saying? But that's not hell.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
When you see, just I think about what a young mother who, when it was cold, her watched her babies. They died in the cold. They laid down, but one of the childs made it.
Mm-hmm.
But what was the system that was supposed to help her?
Exactly.
That's what I'm saying. But
the
these,
system has failed us.
But these are so-called that's running this are God-fearing people. That's why I'm telling you, some of these pastors that's preaching, they couldn't go stand up when they come to the pearly gate, say what I did, and you done sold out to people. That's what I'm saying. Be wary of them.
But see, and Ty, I'm loving the conversation that I'm seeing in the comments. I think AC Duma said, "Are you going to invite Quincy and Liddell and somebody else?"
I think the Mary, if that's a litmus test, AD, I don't think they would come to none of what I would do.
Well, wait a minute. Yes, everybody should be invited. But listen, you the first vice president of NAACP.
Right.
Why you not leading the charge? Where's the NAACP? Where's Black Lives Matter? Where's the concerned pastors?
You stepped into some boo-boo, AC.
So, yes, everybody should be invited, but they should already have been invited, if y'all understand what I'm saying.
Right. You can't be late to the party, just you. You got to come. You know what I'm saying? You've been fighting that. That's what I'm saying. You've been fighting for the same thing. I thought y'all finished the fight.
Right.
When Jesus said the last sweeper of the house, it shouldn't be no more sweepers, should it? If you cleaned it up.
Mickey,
but I guess it didn't get cleaned all the way up.
Might be too much for him today, Mickey. Slow down.
Well, Trevor coming on in 4 minutes.
Thank you. Barbara Moore, thank you for tuning in. Thank you, Stephanie. They should be leading the charge. I seen something. Mr. Shumo said he wanted to say openly, but the comments is scrolling like stuff at the theater movie credits. Winters, I need to make a comment about something we don't talk about a lot openly. Okay, well, yeah. We got 3 minutes before our right wing side takes over, and all public comments will end. Well, public phone calls will end at 10:30 every day when we have our guests come on, an additional co-host. Big Shady 11. Have I spoken to Tanya Burns yet? No, I haven't. And I see that's the false narratives that we put out in the community. I'm not gonna keep going over and over something, but we never talked every day. We me and her aren't like her and Art. I've never called her about a vote before, but I've explained it and I'm done with it, and we're moving on. So
and hold on, I got one. AC said you. Hold on, do you got a personal dislike for the NAACP Winters?
No, I don't have a personal dislike for the NAACP, and let me tell you why. I joined the NAACP. I was on the executive board at the NAACP. I just recently resigned from the NAACP. Where's the movement at in the NAACP? You ask for membership, you ask for younger minds, you ask for the younger generation, but we don't matter. Or we ain't got no money. Or we can't do this because we got policies and procedures. So I don't have a dislike for the NAACP or the church or Black Lives Matter because I look just like you.
Well, that answers your question, AC.
So, let's see. Trevor, come on in and let's get it started. Thank you guys for our hour and a half of power. Tomorrow, write the number down. 810-207-5058. Don't call in now because Reverend Trevor. Because Trevor's about to come in with his right side. And that's the name of his show.
See, AC, it's just not us. You see, Lalisa Williams just said,
Lalisa, I joined.
Thanks for tapping in.
They just not been doing nothing in Flint. And we have one of the most powerful chapters in the United States, right down the street in Detroit, NAACP. I bet you I can ask a question up here. Yeah, Trevor can come and get set up and get ready.
Take this mic.
I bet I can ask a question.
This one right here.
Okay, this is the last phone call we're going to take. But how many people even know where the NAACP office is.
Press the call will start at the beep.
Morning caller, you've been bumped in. What's your name and where you calling from?
Well, I didn't want to, but I'm back. It's Mr. Shumo.
Hey, Mr. Shubo, you got 1 minute because Trevor got to take over.
Okay, let me put this out at 1 minute. I've been listening to Mickey. Mickey is so right about a lot of things. But let me say this quickly. Now, we have. Let's take our people. Has anybody been paying attention to this? Listen to this, the music. Listen at the music that we are promoting and we're putting out there for our young youth to listen to. Slap a hoe, kick a nigga, shoot a nigga, all this craziness. Now, let me tell you something. What do you have when you put that music, you put alcohol, and you put marijuana together? What do you have?
A crime.
You have a toxic there.
Yeah.
You have nothing but open for tragedy. And nobody, you don't see nobody trying to knock this music or block this music that they're putting out there. You know why? Because when you got this music, all this music is promoting is violence, and we're killing each other.
That's so very true. So very true. And thank you, Mr. Shumo. We're going to pick this up tomorrow. We're going to do a part 2 on this same conversation tomorrow. So join us tomorrow, okay?
Will do.
All right. All right. Thank you. So Trevor, come on in. It's time for his right side of things. Mickey, here, Trevor can use this microphone.
Yeah, I'll take
down
a
there.
silver mic. Oh, you don't want the one I set up over there?
No.
Y'all acting real big time up in here today.
No.
Need some little locals. Some little local jokers. Y'all over here. Local is all I'm
I
doing.
ain't
They got
slept
big
yet.
time. Oh, well, yeah.
So
Make it
thank you
quick.
guys for still continuing to join with us. On Mondays and Fridays, we have Michael Clack coming in talking about sports. On Tuesdays and Thursdays, we'll be joined by Trevor talking about the right side of things. And then on Wednesdays, we have the doctor is going to be in the house, Dr. Thomas Padroni, and 10:30 to 11, they will be taking over, and me and Mickey will just be side commenting. Trevor, I turn it over to you.
All right. Well, if I'm doing the right side of things, it's only proper that I start off with the right side of wrong. All right, guys. So, as most of y'all know, hopefully all of you should know, we just got a new Speaker of the House. Finally, work can get done. Except it can't, because politicians are politicians and they're all going to nitpick at each other and try to find a fight. So, Marjorie Taylor Greene has a vote to be censured soon. There's also one for the Michigan rep, Ms. Tlaib.
Yeah, talk to the mic, Trey.
Ms. Tlaib.
Rashida Tlaib.
Let me fix this because she's like trying to.
I get it. I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying.
All right. Good morning, folks. But there's one big one coming up that has been in the news cycle for a year and change now. And his name gets thrown around a lot, especially by Arthur Woodson in comparison to someone that we all know. Well, know of. George Santos.
Oh!
What did he do today?
Santos.
It isn't what he did.
What he done did.
He done did it.
He done did it. But there is a vote to remove him from his seat in Congress.
Why? What did he do?
George Santos, Republican New York, faces a very real prospect of expulsion this week. GOP members of the New York House delegation have had enough of Santos and his various fake identities, lies, and now a batch of criminal charges.
Oh, they did. Sound like Sneely.
Sounds like Sneely to me.
To quote, George Santos engaged in election fraud throughout 2022 campaign by deceiving voters regarding his biography, defrauding donors, and engaging in other illegal campaign behavior, said Representative Anthony D'Esposito. Look, I'm too tired to pronounce his name right. No disrespect. They went on to say, Santos is not fit to serve his constituents as a United States representative. Now, there is a mix and match here, right? So there is a lot that he's done wrong, verifiably. As a Republican, this man disgusts me.
Okay.
I do not like the fact that he has an R in front of his name because he stands for everything I stand against.
Wow.
He is a dirty, corrupt piece of trash.
Mm.
Are we talking about Snelly or Santos? Or
Santos.
both?
I mean, Neely is actually a registered Democrat, though the man
look at
acts like a registered me. Just a me-a-crat or me-akin.
I gotcha.
Oh, for the
take
money.
whichever.
Love for the money. Okay,
There you go. I mean, the man might as well be part of the Green Party because of all the greenbacks he takes. But, however, his removal is actually on a knife's edge. And it's all political. When it comes down to it, Republicans have a 4-vote majority in the House. If you remove this guy, then it goes down to a 3-vote. And there's a possibility, because it is a House of Representatives, that he may be replaced with a Democrat in an emergency election.
And that take you down to 2.
There you go. So, some Republicans may vote to save him, but Republicans haven't been voting as a bloc lately. So if every Democrat votes to remove him, and then just a few Republicans also jump on that bandwagon to remove him because he is a stain on our reputation. I mean, you know what? I will take a hit to my majority to show that I am completely against corruption of all sorts.
That's what we was at yesterday. We was at a corruption.
Yeah, crime, corruption. I don't know. Yeah, something like that. Commission.
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 Because they want to bust up corruption in politics.
A triple C, yes.
Gotta believe it.
I am all for it. But today is, since we're about to exit spooky season and go into caroling season, instead of 12 Days of Christmas, we got the 16 Lies of Santos.
I love it, Trevor.
So first off, and these are going ranked in severity, mind you guys.
Okay.
Number 1, the drag queen scandal.
Hold up. You just ain't gonna just run by that. What you mean the drag queen scandal?
All right. So several years ago, about a decade, he was in Brazil dressed up as a female. Full makeup and everything, and then denied it.
Enough said.
Now, I've got nothing against being in drag. You know what? Have fun, live your life.
Right.
Yep.
But when you deny who you are to your constituents,
you're a fraud.
That's horrible fraud.
Yep.
And there's even pictures of him in women's clothing.
Oh, I bet he was cute. Go ahead.
Claimed to have produced the Broadway show Spider-Man: Turn Off the Dark. Now, if you're going to lie and lie big, especially about Broadway, how about you not lie about one of the worst flops in Broadway history in the past 20 years?
The shade.
Claimed to have attended Baruch Church College on a volleyball scholarship.
Oh, he lied about his degree?
Oh, we're getting there.
Okay.
He lied about being a struggling landlord despite not owning any property. He was really fighting to get rent payments turned back on nationwide, despite his sister fighting tooth and nail not to pay her own rent, and then eventually being evicted. Here we go. Something near and dear to the hearts of Flint residents. Lying about degrees, having lied about receiving a bachelor's degree from Baruch College, and I can't read that right now, and an MBA from New York University.
Well, you can.
Sister Muhammad said, can you post the 16 on the 810 News Media Group page?
I will send them to Mickey or Wintus, and they can
I'll scan it in and post it.
Yep.
Okay.
Lied about being a Wall Street investor and having worked for Citigroup and Goldman Sachs.
Oh, he was going big time, wasn't he? He wanted to say, he was saying, listen,
neither company has records of his employment.
Maybe he's a lobbyist.
Oh.
He was letting them know he can do business. Like, I'm in my seat now.
Got to break bread with
I
me.
got you. Yeah.
The city of Flint, the U.S. Congress is open for business.
Now y'all stepping on some big toes. I got to get off the plane.
He's been off the plane so much today. Go ahead.
Lied and said his ancestors or grandparents were refugees of the Holocaust. However, his grandparents from his maternal side, the ones he said were refugees, happened to have been born, raised, and lived in Brazil.
Oh my
Oh,
God.
shit. Here we
According
go.
to Brazilian records and American immigration records.
Oh, well, yeah.
Yeah,
I see what we call him. I see
yeah.
what Sneely got that.
Santos name from
Yeah.
Art. That was a
Oh.
hell of a name you picked out.
And here is where we start getting into the really slimy stuff.
The shade is so real.
He claimed to have employees that died in the Pulse nightclub shooting, the gay club down in Florida.
Yeah. Was it Orlando or Tampa? One of them.
I think it was Orlando.
Okay.
Orlando.
However, none of the victims' employment records show that they were ever employed at any company he has been. And then he later pulled it back a bit and he decided to say, well, I was putting a company together and these people were planning on coming to work for me.
Oh, hey, look, he could fill it in. You should have brought him to Flint.
Yeah, he would fit
all
right
that,
in.
all that probably would have got him state rep, mayor, by the looks of
council seat.
Hey,
Senator, treasurer.
I mean, some of these have been national news. We are kind of used to that around here.
Yeah.
When 810 put it out, you know they ain't gonna put nothing out about the mayor lying.
Yes, thank you, Whitney. Tampa.
Tampa. You know, he ain't gonna say nothing about his degree. I'll keep telling y'all. M lies. Why you think the independent
lies?
I said lies.
Okay.
Why you think? And that was another discussion at that meeting we was at. Talked about how the grassroots media is making a push up in here. I guess because the regular media,
the regular media,
you ain't gonna get what you just said, Trevor. Not from here.
No,
but
that
you
would
reporting
never be
on
ABC
oh
12.
no, that won't be.
No. CNN.
What does ABC 12 say? They're fast, late breaking, local, and except they're last, never breaking, and nowhere when there's an actual story going on.
Oh, hold up now, y'all ain't gonna just dog them like that now.
I am.
Remember, the fireman had to get a cat out the tree.
Oh,
yeah, that's right.
And
they were there
first.
The
puppy adoption.
Yeah, the puppy adoption.
No, but I can top all of that.
Come on,
remember when Sneely was just walking down the street casually one day, and ABC 12 just happened to be there when he saved the lady from the house, and she had a gas leak inside.
And he was walking down the street.
He was just walking down the street, and TV 12 just happened to be driving down that same street where the lady, he smelled gas and rushed to her aid.
He's got a nose like mine if that's the case, because I can smell a turkey in the oven while I'm taking a shower and tell that needs to be turned down. But a nose that can smell gas on the street, that is some superhuman powers right there.
You know what? We might gonna stage a scene or something. Y'all go ahead.
All right. Go ahead. Then we'll get into lie number 9.
Oh my goodness.
Claimed his mother died at the World Trade Center. Then later said she survived but died of cancer. U.S. immigration records show that she was not even in the country in 2001.
He was spitting them out, wasn't he? Ooh, like the water is.
Trevor, happy Halloween.
Right, like the water is good here.
Oh yeah, drink the water.
It's the best water, most tested water in the U.S. of A.
We've already got this guy's costume already set out.
Oh wow!
It is an honest politician because he's anything but. You dress up like things you aren't on Halloween. Number 10, his marriage. Here's what's going to catch you guys.
Now come on with it.
Although he's been out as gay for 10 years, so 2013, he was married to his ex-wife from 2012 to 2019.
I've been delivered.
I no longer like I like some women's, not men's.
I'm delivered.
He's being investigated by U.S. Department of Immigration's I Saw Them because this has all the hallmarks of an immigration marriage, of a green card marriage.
Oh my God. Well, I tell you this stuff, man. I keep telling you. I'll tell you right now, you can be anything. I mean, anybody can be a politician now. They didn't drop the ball.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
You can be a dope head.
Politician.
Wino. Probably a hustler. You know what? Yeah, you probably can be they want that. That's what they say.
I mean,
the credentials.
You literally can.
Oh, well, okay, got you.
Yeah,
So you can be what is it? Freddy
Yeah.
Krueger, Jason, Michael Myers. This is
All
all
on
signing
council.
up in
Yeah.
council. There it is.
Yeah.
Let me see. We've also got check fraud, though, in the country of Brazil. In 2008, he is accused of stealing a checkbook from a patient his mother was taking care of and writing checks from it. Brazilian authorities say he confessed on tape
He
10 years ago,
he told on himself.
and they are planning on reviving the charges.
Now
he
he's
can't
in
get
trouble.
that seat up. He can't get that seat up. He
Yeah.
got to fight.
He don't want to go back to Brazil.
Right.
Ooh.
He got to fight extradition.
Another lie, being a multimillionaire off of all the salaries of verified employment he's ever worked. He's barely.
You know what?
in the
I can't knock him on
600,000
that. I
range.
done lied on mine too, that I'm a millionaire, but people don't know. But go ahead.
You don't run for office.
You
saying you're a
don't know yet.
multimillionaire.
After I seen how they can let anybody get in, shit.
I'm going to be mayor, and Mickey's going to be the city administrator, and then you can be the deputy chief of staff.
Which one does less work?
The mayor.
Oh.
The deputy chief of staff. No, hold up. The deputy chief, Trevor can come in there and have a meltdown. You son of a bitch, do all this, shut it down.
Get the hell out of here by 7 o'clock. Your ass is getting arrested.
Right.
Oh man, if I do that, I'm coming in with the carton bags.
Man, we're going to talk about that tomorrow too. What happened to that investigation? Gotta find out. Go ahead. Yeah.
Here's one that really just pisses me off.
Let's get to it.
Falsified a nonprofit to help pets and made a false GoFundMe for a Navy veteran service dog.
Sound like Liddell.
Just welcome to Flint. Come on.
Cyrus Park nonprofit.
When he went to the veterinarian with that vet's service dog, vet said, "We cannot save this dog. The cancer's too advanced." He refused to pay that veterinarian, took the money from the GoFundMe, over $3,000, and it just disappeared, and you never heard a thing about it again.
Well, one thing they can't say, we didn't play with the money.
No, we have no money to play with.
I know they was waiting on us to say, yeah, he blew it. I know they was.
Oh, damn, I'm already getting people saying, no, not Trevor, please. Like, come on.
Hey, Ty, we've been left on the battlefield too. Don't get it twisted. We've been left on the battlefield. I'm going to tell you, a month and a half ago, it was terrible out here for us. So we know what it's like being left on the battlefield. Believe me.
Man, it was rough.
It was terrible.
Insisting that his original election bid was stolen from him, despite being behind on all the polls and being behind on the counts on election night.
He was behind on counts on election night?
Yeah.
Who's this, Neely we're talking about now, or Santos?
No, still Santos. You see
Sound
why
like-
Art
listen.
calls him Ryan Sheldon Santos Neely?
Yeah, see why now.
There are so many similarities here.
Jesus.
So basically, you get into the election process that's
Yeah.
not credible no more.
I mean, I've told you how I feel about
Well, hey,
that
you remember
before,
when
guys.
Trump said Trump was up some millions and said he went to sleep and woke up, he lost. I understand.
We had a nice man running for Senate here.
Oh,
Young man, God, I want to say he's maybe in his 30s.
don't say that. What happened?
Well,
Here?
in Michigan,
Oh, keep on.
nice young African-American gentleman. And he was ahead in all the polls. And then all of a sudden in Detroit, they put those cardboard boxes up in front of those windows, and he somehow lost by 20,000 votes.
Detroit. Okay, keep going.
Strange.
Yeah.
No, we heard a lot about that.
Or
yesterday.
is it strange?
Yeah,
Oh, no, I say that sarcastically. I mean,
yeah, because we heard that too. There's a lot of things that was shifted yesterday. A lot of people was winning.
Yeah.
There's something about that 2:00 a.m.
15 hours to get a mayor election.
Yeah.
I mean, we knew who the governor of the entire state of Florida was, all those millions of votes, before we knew who the mayor of Flint, Michigan was.
Yeah, they had probably.
Oh, John James is his name.
There we
Stephanie
go.
put it
Thank
in
you,
there.
Miss Stephanie.
Well, you got to understand now, when you can consolidate in power, you got to lock it all the way up. Can't be playing around, because it wouldn't be happen to be that it was anything like broken canisters here in Flint, was it?
You're talking about
We didn't have
8
none of that.
boxes and 6 of them were unsealed. We shouldn't have been counted. Oh,
we didn't have none of that going on in Flint.
No.
Nah, the Flint ain't
I mean,
that.
The man who wouldn't certify the election, he was just, sleep deprived and undercaffeinated.
The clerk wouldn't be letting none of that stuff go on. We ain't have people say they took votes down there and didn't get counted.
Just like the clerk doesn't go ahead and lose pages of vote or signatures.
No, the clerk wouldn't do that. The clerk wouldn't do that.
Not at all.
And how much do she make?
More than me?
Yeah.
Oh, I guess. Okay, well, that's not bad. Well, I guess, hey, listen, when you're not paying up the price, I would do a half job too. Hey, I ain't see you take them 6 pages and get rid of them. I'll fall asleep too.
Her and Lyndon B. Johnson might have some things in common.
Oh, they said Gloria Boone. What Gloria Boone had done? How many elections she didn't just sabotage? Because I'm hearing there's a lot of things going on. Allegedly. Because we ain't got no paper here. So if you sue
Have
us.
you finished all 16 yet? Are you still reading?
Go ahead,
you guys
Trevor.
are talking. I like the side commentary.
Yeah. But I want to hear the rest of what Santos did.
We are on 15 of 16 now.
Oh, crap.
On his Federal Elections Commission donation filings, several names with very large dollar amounts were traced to have no actual owner. No one by that name exists.
Oh, to be determined.
Sound like something's going on at council.
So he found a way to give himself money without going past the barrier that, self-financing. He's actually got charges filed against him from the FEC.
Oh, yeah. When they get on you, when them alphabet letters get on you, it's problems.
Look, when it's anything to do with money, so Federal Elections Commission and their money sniffers, or IRS or ATF looking for tax stamps, I tell you what.
Or that one mean guy, Rico.
Oh, Rico gets in with all of them. They climb into like a jacuzzi, a hot tub, communal hot tub, and they all just money.
Right.
Money. That man's money is my money. I mean, but I thought he was immortal until Dana Nessel took him out back and old yellered his ass.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Finally.
That's it right there. Number 16. Where did we get into?
Had his staffer pretend to work for former Speaker Kevin McCarthy to direct campaign contributions away from McCarthy's campaign into his own, resulting in millions of dollars going to his campaign.
You can turn that to 810 now if you have any problems. Santos, we up here, we need the help.
So Santos, if you want to come on here and tell your story,
you can pay. Won't you contribute?
Right
yeah.
And I'm saying this to all the candidates. Won't y'all contribute to 810 News Media Group? Because don't think you're just going to come on here for free and get your point across. Oh, yeah. Thank you. That's a public PSA for all.
We're not going to push you neither, though.
I don't want you to come on here and think you're not going to contribute. How can you not contribute? You don't even watch, and then you think you're going to pop up on here and you're going to get a nice, warm welcome. Ooh. Them days are over. Go ahead, Trevor.
Look, if I'm going to be doing the right side news and politics on a national scale, I'm going to let you know first and foremost one of our largest flaws. I'm going to come back Thursday.
Yep.
With some actual insight and side comment and a little bit of talk about left side, talk about right side, and see where they compare and contrast and tell you why I'm on that side.
Right now, the left is fucking up. Go ahead, Trevor.
Oh, man.
But Trevor, you know what else?
The Democrats are clowning.
I know you're, the right side of things, right? So I got a question for you, because this meeting we went to yesterday, I learned some very interesting things from a lot of very interesting people. And did you know, you call her the gremlin, Whitmer's dad? I'm hearing.
Could you get me some holy water, Mickey?
I'm sorry.
This message is not approved by 810.
That he was a big time Republican, and he also was CEO and president of Blue Shield of Michigan.
That one I did not know.
Yeah.
That wouldn't surprise me. CEO money's big money.
Winters.
Huh?
You're stepping into some boo boo.
I know we're stepping in some boo boo, but I mean, I didn't think my guy Trevor knew that.
No,
because I didn't know that.
I mean,
You shouldn't
CEO
wanna know
money's
something.
big money. That would explain why
So I'm hearing he's billionaire, millionaire.
that could be a lot of money going to her campaign.
Can y'all contribute to
Republican.
810?
Yeah.
Wait a
And
minute.
she ran as a Democrat,
Uh-huh.
but she's being backed by Republicans
Uh-huh.
and also being backed by the same guy
Remember,
that poisoned
some
us.
Major Snyder
We'll take money from both
contributors
sides.
and people in his campaign and in his offices were endorsing her
They didn't have a problem with
over Tudor.
I see why they didn't have a problem with it.
No,
Daddies.
and let's face it, old friends are old friends.
The good old boys club.
The ones that scratch your back, you scratch theirs. And if it's maybe
we'll take money from both sides. We are neutral.
Hey,
We need
go
the
find
help.
that Carmack guy that gave $50,000 to both sides. We'll take it.
I'm telling you guys, it's insane. It's looking more and more like it isn't a Republican or a Democrat party. It's looking like it's a bunch of rich folks playing us against each other because that's the best way to control us. If I hate you and you hate me, we don't hate him and what he's doing to us.
That's why I say we are willing to take. You can start sponsoring, advertising on the morning bump. As you can see, Winters and Trevor probably going to have us shut down before 24 happen. But before they shut us down, will you mind just helping? I'm talking to the rich people. I ain't talking.
What are the rich people going to do? Have to fly down to Mexico every time we film.
Cool, but we can at least have some money flying down there. I might want to drink a pina colada or
Yeah,
something.
because I still want to interview El Chapo.
You would lie.
Nah.
I say El Chapo, you guys get crazy. Don't you want to sit down with the cartel and learn about real business?
Have you not?
Where'd I grow up?
Hold up. Y'all talking
guess
about
what I don't want to do again.
And what y'all think?
Talk to the cartel.
Well, hold up. What you think the Senate and the Congress is? I'm the biggest gangsters. The biggest gangsters in the world.
I mean,
y'all want to
they did just blow up an Iranian base in Syria a couple days ago.
Gangsters.
Man, I just heard what's that Gaza? The war or something that's going on over there. 3,200 children have been killed so far.
Oh my goodness. Terrible.
Just
terrible.
For what? What are they fighting for over there? They're pouring cement until
you better stick to politics because you cool with a lot of them people.
Shut up, Mickey.
You just swam in some boo-boo.
I'm just saying.
You got that stench on you.
They're pouring cement into the water source over there so they don't have fresh drinking water. But then the U.S. government is sending billions of dollars over there to aid them.
U.S. government, this message is not approved by 810. Go ahead.
What I'm saying, they're pouring cement into their water source over there. And we're sending billions of dollars to help them for their war. But Flint, Michigan, right here in the United States of America, Mr. President.
You missed an entire big point there. We've sent $100 million or $100 million to Israel. We've sent 100 billion, one of the two. We've sent over that same amount to Ukraine, and yet for not even a fraction, a low percentage,
a drop in the bucket.
Same money, we could fix Flint, we could fix Detroit, we could fix Atlanta, we could fix Cleveland, we could probably fix a large chunk of California and all the feces they have in the street. But we're more worried about other countries all over the world than we are our own country, and it really disgusts me and sickens me that I've seen my own party start to move towards supporting these wars in other parts of the world that have nothing to do with American citizens. I mean, if you look at Ukraine, not one American was killed until Americans here started getting swept up in all the rhetoric of let's go fight Ukraine's war for them, let's go support Ukraine, when in reality, our president's son had a nice cushy job in Ukraine on an oil board or an oil company that he had no knowledge of the business at all, making millions and millions of dollars. And let's not forget, our president at one point forced their attorney general to be fired.
We will not be back home
because of the investigation he had in Burisma. So we're actually sending billions and billions of dollars to protect our president's money laundering fund. And then we're doing the same in Israel where other people are sending their money to launder it.
20 seconds, Trevor.
Happy Halloween, folks.
Hey, piggyback on what you said before we go off. A great friend of mine, Mr. Tupac Shakur, he once said, "We have money for war, but not enough money to feed the poor."
Peace out.
And with that, we'll see you tomorrow.
Tomorrow.